What's your business?
I'm the country manager of the second largest smartwatch in the world, which is called Firebolt, the Indian brand.
Looks literally like an Apple Watch.
It's the same.
You have not been sued yet?
Yeah, so if you were trying to sell it to everyone here, we want everyone here to buy your product. What would you say to them in 1 or 2 lines to convince them to buy it?
It's cheap.
It's cheap.
Why do I need this watch? That's it? It's cheap? Is that how you market the product? How can you get sales?
Because if I know the answer, why am I sitting here?
How many have you sold in India?
India is like million per day.
1 million.
Bro, look at this, 38 reviews. Nothing,
He
it's
sold
a
a few
failure.
thousand in Vietnam.
We struggling in Vietnam.
So Alex, how would you sell a smartwatch that's successful in India but not working in Vietnam?
Exactly.
To be clear, he volunteered. He's not forced.
He's not forced to be here, yeah?
How are you?
Welcome.
Okay, speak loud, short. What's your business?
My business is about smartwatch. I'm the country manager of the second largest smartwatch in the world, which is called Firebolt, the Indian brand. Yeah.
Sorry, what's the business?
Smartwatch.
Smartwatch.
Yes.
Smartwatch. If it's not an Apple Watch, it's a failure.
Exactly.
So
But
how can you
no,
sell?
No, really. But the point is, it's still the second in the world right now.
Second
I'm
in
not
the world.
joking.
Second largest Apple Watch in the
No,
world.
no,
watch.
second largest smartwatch brand in the world.
Okay, and what is it called?
Firebolt. Indian gun.
Firebolt.
Firebolt. Yes.
Okay. So it's called
double T.
Firebolt Watch. Okay, maybe you can Google it to see. Okay, Firebolt. Okay, got it. Firebolt Watch. Okay. So you sell it in Vietnam.
Yeah, we start selling it in last year.
How many people do you manage?
Right now, like around 5, 10.
You manage 10 people.
Yeah, 10.
Okay.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about why this watch, smartwatch, is different than other watches out there.
It's cheap.
It's cheap.
That's why it's fast selling. Yeah.
That's it? It's cheap? You know
Yeah.
what's cheaper? Like this
It's
is
so cheap.
This is the time. I have the time. It's free.
Yes. Yes.
Why do I need this watch?
Actually, like it's really cheap, like very affordable. That's the only reason. I'm honest. I'm being honest here.
No, so is that how you market the product? You say it's cheap.
Not really.
So how do you market the product?
We say it like it's functionable. It has.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you were trying to sell it to everyone here, we want everyone here to buy your product, okay? What would you say to them in 1 or 2 lines to convince them to buy it?
Okay, so I'm selling the smartwatch that have the same function with Apple, but very cheap price.
Okay, so that's interesting. Okay.
Yes.
So it's just like Apple, but cheaper.
Cheap, yeah, much
but
cheaper.
Same functionality. Okay.
Yes.
Now, how do you market this? Do you make TikTok videos, or do you put advertising online, offline, or do you buy newspaper ads? How can you get sales?
Actually, we are very successful in India.
We're not talking about India. This is not
Yeah.
Summit Vietnam. So
But the
how do
point-
you sell in Vietnam?
Because if I know the answer, why am I sitting here? If I know the answer, right?
Okay, so how do you market in India? Maybe you can explain how you market your
Yeah,
product in general.
KOLs, that's about the KOLs.
Okay, so
we made a lot
influencers.
of
Influencers.
videos.
A lot of
You
videos.
can check the Instagram, I already gave it.
Got it. So KOLs, he's saying KOLs is key opinion leaders. So what he's saying is that you give the watch to influencers or creators, and you ask them to make a video about it.
Exactly.
Do you pay them?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so let's say we have a Vietnamese creator here today. How much do you pay them, and what do you expect?
A lot.
You expect a lot, you pay them cheap.
It depends on your number of your followers, right?
how many watches do you sell in Vietnam?
Vietnam is just few thousand over
Per-
1 year. Yeah,
Oh, so it's not working.
it's not working. Yeah, that's why we struggling in Vietnam.
Okay, so Alex, how would you sell a smartwatch that's successful in India but not working in Vietnam?
Exactly.
That's the question for us, right?
Yeah, so that's the
Exactly,
feedback.
yeah.
So he's failing at his job.
Okay. Look, I think that what we see, right, is that anyone can make a product that is cheaper, that is the same as Apple, but cheaper. Okay? One of the important things that we think about every day is that your brand has to stand for something. Not just this, but cheaper. Right? There needs to be something that you can talk about, something positive. That's actually how we built our brand. We said you have to have stand for something, not against something. So I think when I want to look at your product, I want to think about what feature is really unique. What can I talk about? How does it look? Maybe there's something about the strap. Maybe there's something about the shape. Maybe it's actually a specific app, right, that I can put on it. So I would love to hear, and maybe there's an answer to this, right? Is there something unique that you can talk about that is not just the same as Apple?
Yeah, so the messaging is bad.
Yes.
Like the number one is the product, number two is the messaging, and number three is the marketing, and number four is the sale, right? And
Yes.
number five is the profit. So the product, you don't build the product, somebody builds it in India.
Exactly.
So you have to figure out messaging, marketing, sale. So the messaging you suck at because you're not doing a good messaging. We're asking you and it's like it's not good.
Exactly.
Okay, so what should the messaging be? We don't have the product, so we don't know what the messaging be. But let's assume the messaging is better. The second thing is marketing. Right, you said you market by giving it to influencers and then hoping that they do their job. I actually don't like that.
He's saying this as a creator, right?
As a creator, I don't like that. I actually think it's too expensive. If every creator here wants $1,000 to make a video, and there's a high chance the video fails, and they give you 0 sales, then you lose $1,000, then you're screwed. My recommendation is to bring it in-house. Hire a creator. Don't just freelance left and right. Hire somebody full-time, give them $1,000, $2,000 a month, and tell them make 4 videos every week about the product. And put it on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and everywhere. That's a cheaper way to get more videos.
And I want to add something about hiring a creator in-house. A lot of brands don't do this. And the reason why I think it's really powerful is because it can take time to get to know your product. If I am an influencer or a creator and you say, here's my watch, make a video, I'm probably going to spend maybe 1 or 2 hours using the product. I won't know it as well. But if someone's making 4 videos a week, they will discover things about your product. They'll really get to know your product. And so the videos they make will be much more powerful.
Yeah. And one more thing I want to say, you're not a watch company. You're not a technology company. You're an education company. Every company is an education company. So you need to educate people on things that your product does. So for example, when I think of like Nas.io, right? Nas.io is the product that we're trying to market. We don't sell the product, we educate you on how to build a community. And if you like to learn how to build a community for free, at some point you can use Nas.io, right? So you need to, what can you educate Vietnam about? What is the education campaign?
Educate us.
Yes, what could he educate them on?
So I can throw some ideas, but for example, I use a smartwatch and I use it for sports,
Yes.
right? So there's a lot of education around how you can use a smartwatch to understand your health, to understand your fitness. That could be something as an example.
Exactly. And that's the product, by the way. So I see there's a lot of fitness. Okay, this product is used for a lot. It looks literally like an Apple Watch.
It's the same.
It's the
Have
same.
you
Maybe
been-
the message is right.
Have you been?
I'm not joking.
You have not been sued yet. But if fitness, right? What if you start a marathon race in Vietnam, a marathon competition, and you say, you know, the winner, whoever wins the fastest wins $2,000. You'll get 1,000 people to show up to run a marathon or run a 5K, and then your watch is all over the place, everywhere, right? So now I think about health and running with this. That's like education. You're not selling the product, but it's like sort of like a marketing sponsorship. But anyway.
Yeah, I would like to add, when you work with creators, right, one of the most important things is to make their life easy, right? If you just give them the watch and say, make a video, it's hard. They have to think, what should I make it about? With the marathon example, you're giving them content. I need to train for the marathon.
Yes.
I need to run the marathon. Maybe I meet people along the way. Maybe I high five people in the crowd. So you're giving them opportunities to create content and promote your product.
Yeah. There's a million ways to market. That's the problem. There's a very famous saying. It says, I know that half my marketing is wasted. Half my marketing money is wasted. I just don't know which half. You understand? I don't know which half is wasted, so I have to spend all the money and then I'll get something back, but I don't know where to cut. So that's the problem with marketing. Everybody spends left and right and hope that something sticks. So you have to try 50 things.
Yeah, I will add one good point because I think we've given a lot of feedback about what's not.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, we should recognize and we should appreciate that you have still sold a lot of watches.
No, he didn't, bro. Look at this, 38 reviews. Nothing.
He
It's
sold
a
a few
failure.
thousand in Vietnam. How many have you sold in India?
India is like million per day.
1 million.
Yes.
1 million watches. You see?
That's why it's the second one.
That's why it's the second one, right? So I will say, though, as a positive, you've understood there is a market for you in India. You've understood people want to buy this product, right? And that is not easy to get 1 million sales of any product.
Okay,
right?
well, we're talking about Vietnam, and it's not good in
let
Vietnam.
me share you this
That's all I know. Good luck.
Yeah, let me say.
Yeah, go ahead. Say it, and then we're done.
Vietnam is like totally different than India. You know, like in Vietnam we call India is another planet. You know, everything there is different.
And India says Vietnam is another planet.
Yeah, maybe.
But every market is different, and I do think that when you launch a product, if you're building for Vietnam, you need to really deeply understand, like any market, what is it they want. Clearly, from what you're saying, the Vietnamese consumer does not just want Apple but cheaper. They want something else. So I think as you go away, it clearly is a product that people want to buy. So do have a think about what it is that you can connect with the consumer.
Sure, thank you.
Good luck, my friend.
Thank you.
Good luck. Thank you.
Subscribe for more sessions of NAS Summit from around the world.